Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. As always, glad to have you with me. Today we are going to be doing some Junicraft SMP. Going to be doing some multiplayer Minecraft today. I don't know if anyone's going to be on the server. I let people know that I'm going to be on the server, so we'll see if anyone actually shows up and decides to come around for it. Hey Minnie, welcome to stream. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? Alright, and here we are back on the server. I'm getting a little bit of frame rate. It's okay. And we still got quite a bit to do on this server. We still got all these things that need doing. I haven't really done any grinding or anything around here because, I mean, I don't really need to. I've still got plenty of stuff. That's a bad example. I don't have much mangrove. But I don't think we need mangrove. Particularly, I think we need just like a bunch of birch, which we got. We need copper, which we've also got. We need to sort this out to please my OCD. There we go. And this will just sort itself out. So we have a couple different options of things we can do. First is that we can take care of this roof here if we want to do that. We can take care of the awnings if we want to do that. We can do a kelp farm. We're never going to do this. This is never going to happen. Anyone waiting for the tree farm to be fixed, it's never going to happen. It is broken forever. I hate to be the one to tell you, but that's just how it is. Let's just put that there. The lighthouse interior is going to take a while. The ceiling I already covered. The sugarcane farm shouldn't be fine. So Rip tree farm? Absolutely. I fucking love that tree farm. It would be amazing if it actually worked. But it's never going to work. It's never going to work, and I've made my peace with that. As much as I can make my peace with that, rather. We do also have this bridge. Which, this bridge just leads from the island all the way out to the mainland. And I have no idea what we're going to do about the bridge. It's kind of on a weird angle here. Because this is kind of the best place for it to branch off of. It does intersect this, which is a bit of a problem, but, you know, that's fine. But for the time being, I think we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look at the awning thing, because the awning, first off, the main place for the awnings to go would be on this level. So like around this topmost layer would be the awnings. And then I think probably this layer as well would have awning. So we need to get some blocks here. See what we can do about an awning, because I think we're going to go ahead and do that first. It's a very simple thing. Lantern's Way, but somehow better. Kind of, I mean, that would work. Lantern's Way was much shorter. Lantern's Way was much shorter. So here's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to turn the desktop audio up a bit, and I'm going to turn the actual audio on Pretzel Rocks a little bit further down. There we go. It's a little loud in my ear, that's all. And it just turned back up again. Huh? Everything is kind of being glitchy on my computer right now. Okay, that'll be fine. It was way shorter, yeah. So one of my favorite builds in the world. It was a very good build. It was a very good build. No doubt about that. And all things being the same, we would probably do something akin to it. But that will come later. I'm pretty sure we still got some time before Junicraft goes to the next stage with 1.20, because we still got time for 1.20. Okay, so we're gonna make a bunch of spruce slabs, yes, spruce slabs, and we're gonna we're going to see how we can do this. So I have built one awning over here at the cafe that might be good for like this. So we could sort of mirror this design in a way because this just sort of stays straight. But I want it to follow the curve of each level. So we could do like 3, 3, 3 for an awning. And then we could either do straight supports or we could angle them inward. We'll sort of see what we can do with that. So we're gonna do mainly this level and the one above it. So we're probably gonna start just like over here. And it's probably best to start from the top. And we can just hop over. And trying to think of the best way to do it. So if we do did, then yeah, we can. Okay. So we're gonna go from bottom half to top half to bottom half. So the pillars will hook up with them properly. Tried hopping on the other day and I started kind of building something, but I wasn't feeling it. I'm very much lacking in inspiration right now. I mean, that's very fine too. Like if you're, I don't know what your stream schedule is, honestly. I looked on your server because Mini actually has a Discord server. I don't feel like my following is quite there yet, but I looked on your server at your schedule and I just, it looks like it was rather out of date, so I didn't want to follow it. But if you're not planning on streaming today, or like you just want to hang out until you do, then feel free to hop on with me. Yeah, I need to fix that. Yeah, you know, is what it is. See, the other thing I'm thinking, hold on, I might have an idea. So it will require sort of a trimming of this, but it will be a little better. So what we'll do is, first off, we're going to do 2 levels. I think we're going to do 2 levels, and we're going to start it. We're only going to have it in these areas. And so there'll be little gaps in between them, but it will also look a little bit more interesting because it'll be a little more broken up and just overall probably look a little bit better. So it'll start like on this sort of section here. And yeah, I know that breaks up the vines a bit, but it's fine. So we're going to bring it out to 2. It's going to bring it out to 3 here. And I think we'll do like that. And actually, if we're only going to do 2, we should do it on the top half. I tried to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This week got thrown off those since I kind of rushed to see my friend and stuff. It was worth it. Yeah, it sounds like it was worth it. But if you got nothing going on, hey, feel free to jump on here with me. If you hop on, I'll go ahead and head into Discord. And we'll do that. And then we can make another level like there. No, I didn't mean to break that one. Okay, that's cool. Can we just pop that? It's gonna like juggle between the slabs, isn't it? Okay, cool. I just didn't want to go all the way up there to get them. So let's do that. That. Let's see bringing them out to what that's like. So there's a case to be made for 2. There's a case to be made for 2. Because it doesn't take up as much space. Not sure what happens, or not sure what I want to do though. Don't have a ton of materials and stuff. I mean, if you want to hang out and just like help me with whatever the hell I'm doing, you can just borrow from my materials. Like, I don't mind. I've got plenty enough stuff. And this one will probably do flat. Just because this little bump isn't really enough to justify continuation. Probably just do like that. And this is already looking like it's going to be something interesting. So let's keep doing like this. No. I bounced down a block. No. No, please. Only there was a... Oh, wait. No, there is an easier way. I can just do this. Haha. Of course that happens. Kat has been looking at the skyblock, kind of hoping trying something new will kind of help with inspiring me to do stuff beyond creative stuff again. It's a lot of kinda, but I totally get where you're coming from. That's why I've got skyblock as one of the Minecraft things that I do. It's like not only Minecraft skyblock, but having something modded sort of introduces something a little different. And having that, like, difference helps to really, like, revitalize the ideas. Sort of get the creative juices flowing. Probably do like that. Do like that. So we're probably going to set up these awnings, and then we'll see about how to properly connect them. We're probably not going to do from the corners, especially since this corner would be right in the middle of the staircase. We're probably going to do like the little corner things, like you'll see on a lot of awnings in real life, where they'll like connect via just like right in the corner, just like a little hanging shelf sort of thing. So that's probably what we're going to go for. Seems like a little more of an economical use of space. Which, the entire idea for this base, and like why it's all at such weird angles like it is, it was just meant to follow the flow of the land. It was meant for everything to... Hello? Okay. That was a train. But it was all meant to like follow the natural shape of the land around it. And that's what I was trying to capture with this. It's just I wasn't trying to force the land to be anything. This is all pretty much on the level that it would have been. I like cut terraces into the island. So like it would be a general slope down this way. So I would just hollow out a step, hollow out a step, hollow out a step. And I'd go like every couple of Y blocks, I would go an extra step. And so that was sort of the thinking for this area. I don't think I'll go modded, honestly, but I figure it could still be interesting to try out. Yeah, that's fair. Like, you don't have to go modded. But it's just, I did just because I felt like I needed that little bit of extra revitalization. Because it's just a little something different. Beyond just the modded challenge aspect, you also have, like, all the different modded blocks and whatnot. And there's a lot more to work with. Kind of what I did with Madeira back in the day, at least with the outer ring. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is sort of a similar concept. Yeah, I basically just tried to turn the entire thing into a terrace. Like a big terraced island. And it pretty well worked. But yeah, that's why everything is a little oddly shaped in terms of, like, the weird shapes and layouts of the different levels. Like, there's one weird little bit of level down here or something. I think it's on the next one down. Yeah, you can see the wall for it, how it just hugs it. Because I didn't want to push it back even further, and I didn't want to pull this out even further. So I just sort of kept it as it was. My face is freaking out right now. It's thinking that I'm like, I've got my brow furrowed in like concentration, I guess. But I think it believes that I'm angry. Like I'm just, if I lower my eyebrows, I get this. So like every so often, yeah, that'll happen. I didn't move my eyebrows at all. Ugh. Another problem with long lashes. Like I've got very long eyelashes, especially for a guy. I've got very long eyelashes. And you blink the wrong way, you are getting an eyelash in your eye. Like that's just how it go. That's just how it be. I also realize how funny it is. That's just how it be. Ha. Huh. Tracking gets weird sometimes. Yeah, it gets a little weird. Apparently, I tried to figure out like ways to get better tracking, and literally everyone said the same thing: get an iPhone. Like get an iPhone 10 with the fucking depth sensors. It's like, no, I don't want an iPhone 10. I don't like iPhone. I'm an Android guy. Why would I get an iPhone? Plus, even then, like, even if I were to get an iPhone 10 at this point, it would still cost me like a minimum $170. That's $170 I don't have. It would be nice to get that sort of face tracking. Whether or not this model could do it, I don't know. Like, I don't really believe so. But at the very least, it'd be, you know, more accurate. I always compare like the perfect not voice tracking, but face tracking to how Girl DMs used to do it. Like hers is still good if you look at her new stuff now, but it was way better. It was like perfect in my opinion. And it was very much like, I want that. I got 12 recently. I managed to get a sweet deal on it, but I can honestly see why people aren't big on iPhones these days. Yeah, like I've said it a million times before. I'll say it a million times over again. I'm not a fan of iPhones, and I'm not a fan of Apple. Because it all made sense when someone pointed out to me that Apple is not a technology brand. Apple is a fashion brand that sells electronics. And it's like, suddenly it just made all the sense in the world to me. It's like, that's why they're getting away with selling like $1,200 phones. Like, yeah, some of the things they do are good. Like, their depth sensors are very good. There's a reason that it's the standard for good tracking for VTubers. Because it is very good tracking. But what they give you is not worth the price they ask. Not in the slightest. It really isn't. And when you finally consider that it's like, yeah, they're not a technology company, they're a fashion company. It's like, of course. Like, now it makes sense. Now I get why people would buy a $1,300 phone. Now it makes sense. It took me a bit to get used to it, and I'm pissed that Touch ID isn't a thing anymore. Face ID is annoying me so much. Yeah. Yeah, even with their better tracking, like, it's never going to be great. I'd move away from them if accessibility was better elsewhere. See, that's a weird thing, too. Like, Apple apparently has very good accessibility. For anyone else that doesn't know, I have learned this from Minnie, being that she uses those sorts of features a hell of a lot more than I do. It surprises me. It really surprises me that that's not something that is something that's looked at more with modern technology. Like, you'd figure with the current climate of things they would be much more cognizant of how accessible their technology is to everyone. Because it's a very inclusive thing that we've got going here. And the fact that it's sort of just whatever for a lot of them, and that they're not adding these accessibility features, is kind of weird. Kind of throws me off a bit. Just make a whole bunch of them. Android accessibility has gotten a lot better over the past 2 years. I have loads of blind friends that use Android and find it awkward to use. That's fair. Like, if you use something for a long enough period of time, it's going to be a little weird to switch, no matter how good the alternative is. Oh, fuck off. A plague upon the house of whoever voted these stupid things in. I despise phantoms. What were we talking about? Yes, accessibility. But yeah, it can be very, very strange to have to make that change. Like, I get that much. Should I keep it like this, or should I bring it out one more? I feel like I should bring it out one more. I'm bringing out one more. Just do that. And then I have just probably this. Sure. We'll do it like this. These corner ones are a little weird. Trim the fat a little around the sides. No. Probably just pop this off. No. This is a little bit tricky. This is where it comes down to, like, preference here. I'll just do like that. That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, the entire climate of things is real strange. Whether we're talking about face tracking or accessibility options or what have you. Everything's a little strange. We live in a strange world, people. A strange world full of strange people. No. They keep on popping up there, and I'm going up top. Fuck it. Not gonna keep doing this. Gotta just fucking fucking. There's gotta be a place that I can get over this. I've built this too tight. Built this too tight. That works. Fuck it. It's fine. Let's do it like that. Do out from here. Grab these, because why not? Okay, there's a wall text. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I'm sure I could get used to it, but it just kind of feels wrong. And that annoys me because Apple's been putting a patent on how voiceover works. So other companies have to find their other ways to do the same thing and still have it make sense. Like, we could have had the best voiceover and the best of talkback. Probably have some of the best blind accessible tech we've ever seen. Yeah, and honestly, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the same thing. Money. It all comes down to money. Thanks for coming to my tech talk. Yeah. But no, it all comes down to money. It really does. Apple makes these things and they see dollar signs. Not to say that Google doesn't, because remember, Google owns Android. So it's not like they're going to be, you know, prime examples of humanity and the good man can do in the world. It's still Google. It's still Google. But the fact remains that it just all comes down to money. And it's a damn shame that it does. It really is. Because like you said, we could have the best of everything. Money talks, unfortunately. Money needs to shut the fuck up, is what I think. Because we are letting the forward march of progress be dictated by money. Be dictated by what is profitable. And that's not good. That's not good in the slightest. Because when money dictates the forward march of progress, that's when we stop marching forward. Or at least, people like me and you, we stop marching forward. That's when the big cats, the fat cats, the big wigs, the big dogs, they start marching forward without us. And that's when we start getting like cyberpunk dystopias and shit. Because the forward progress of technology will only be available to those who can afford it. And those on the bottom will live in squalor, because they won't have access to any of that stuff that makes our lives infinitely better, like the rich do. And pretty soon, we are split into the corpos and the street rats, and we're calling each other choom. Part of me now wants to play Cyberpunk. Part of me will just be sad if I do. I mean, I like Cyberpunk, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm one of those people that's like, oh, Cyberpunk, bad. Bad game. Bad, broken loser game, bad. No. I like Cyberpunk. I bought it, like, when it first came out, and I've still enjoyed it. Is it buggy? Yes. It's a mess? Oh, yeah. But I've also played Bethesda games for quite a lot of my life. So, I'm used to it. Does it excuse it? No. No, it doesn't. But, at the very least, it's still playable. It doesn't take away from the experience the fact that it's buggy. Legislative poverty fucking sucks. I'd literally be homeless if I didn't have a roommate. I feel that. If not for my current situation with Tori, I would be living in my mother's basement, which her entire fucking house should be condemned, honestly. I'm talking like hanging fiberglass insulation that's like hanging down like in my face in that area, and no one cares. Like, the entire place should probably be condemned. So I'm glad that my situation allows me to escape from that by the grace of some other very good people. But the fact of the matter stands is that a late 20s man and early 30s woman should not have to count on the grace of other people in this world to get by. We should be able to make it on our own means. Like, there's no reason that should be a thing for us. As much as I know I'm lucky for being on disability, I literally get less than half the amount I need for minimum survival needs. And that's fucked up too. And we got an increase a few months back. It's all fucked. It's all fucked. Eat the rich. Something, something. Fight the power. Rah, rah, fight the power. I don't know the whole mantra. I'm new to the movement. I just showed up to the meetings. Sorry, guys. Hope I'm not making you look bad. I'll get it right next time, Dad. It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. And I hate it. And we should all hate it. Because there's nothing to like about it. And one of the major problems is that people choose not to see it. People choose not to see what's happening. Because it's not happening to them. And we can't be doing that. Because as soon as you choose not to see it, that's when you suddenly decide that it's not an issue. But I guarantee, at some point, it will be you. And suddenly, no one will be looking at you either. Because the people that will be above you that could have fought it will have taken from your example as well and just said nothing, done nothing. Because it's not doing anything to them. It's not affecting them. They give us an extra $56 a month. I'll take what I can get, but it's literally food for a few less than a week at most. $56 a month is not an increase in anything. If I got an extra $56 a month on my check, I'd barely consider it a raise. Sorry, take a drink there. One job I was working. This was pre-coup. Not by much, but it was pre-coup. I was working at a gas station. And I worked there probably on anywhere from like 32 to 36 hours a week on the regular. And I was making $7.75 an hour. For $7.75 an hour, I was expected to do everything in that place. Which, by the way, if you ever go into a gas station, take note of the fact that the attendant there does everything around there. It's all them. It's all them. They're the ones who clean everything. They're the ones who man the registers. They're the ones who stock everything. They're the ones who put everything up in the coolers. If a machine breaks, they're the ones who have to fix it. Or at least put a maintenance ticket out on it. If they can't fix it. Because they will be asked to. They will be asked to fix it first. Because maintenance doesn't want to bring the people out to actually fix the fucking thing. Like, everything in that place will be done by that one person. That one person is making a pittance like I was. I was making $7.75 an hour, and I was still making less than $9 an hour by the time COOF hit. And I was making less than $9 an hour throughout the majority of COOF. Until like right at the end. Well, no, they had to give us hazard pay for a good amount of time of it. And by a good amount of time, I mean like 5 months. And then they never gave it to us again, even when it was clear that COOF wasn't over. And then I think like shortly before I quit, they raised the base pay to like $10.25 an hour. And we were eligible for less than a 25. They would give us a 13-cent raise once every like 900 hours you work or something like that. And I did the math, and that's only about once a year. If you hit that 900-hour mark at the start of the year, you can hit another one at the end of the year. But that was about it. And it's the most horrible thing that we do that to people. Because you are not expected to do $10 an hour worth of work there. You're expected to do like $22 an hour worth of work. because you are doing everything in that station. And some of the stations you may walk into, you're like, this dude is not doing $22 an hour worth of work. And it's like, yeah, because he's not getting paid that. He's not getting paid that, so why the hell should he do it? I'm paying $100 every week for food at this point. Inflation is so damn high these days, and I'm just getting necessities. Yeah, same. Like, we are getting bled dry by just trying to buy necessities. Like, we will get, like, some pasta and sauce for us to, like, eat for dinners. We will get some ingredients for me to make bread. Not bread. Ingredients for me to make bread, which right now just means buying flour. But later on will involve more. And just like basics. Like the most basic of basics. And it's still costing us an arm and a leg. And it feels like it's something that we are only barely able to afford. On whatever money we can make. Inflation is fucking insane. They are bleeding us dry. But you don't hear anything about, you know, celebrities or bankers or any of the sort complaining about it. Because they got plenty. Again, something, eat the rich. Okay, I feel the need I have to give a disclaimer here. Don't actually eat the rich, because that's cannibalism, and I will not vouch for something that's against the law. I'm more using it as a statement to say there needs to be something done about the income disparity, not only in the country, but in the world. Because there is a very large disparity between those that have and those that have not. Like, I'm glad I at least have access to food, but I wouldn't have that on my own. Yeah. I totally get that. I would not have what I have on my own. Like, not in 100 years. Like I said, if not for the grace of some very good people, I would not have a place to live right now. Or at least not a place where I can healthily live. Because like I said, just fiberglass insulation in my face. Like literally eye level. And that shit's terrible for you. Like, you get fiberglass, if you breathe that shit in, it can tear up your lungs. It can actually, like, destroy your lungs. You know, as if I didn't have enough in terms of, like, health problems and shit anyway. As if any of us did. Because, good God, last thing we need is another bill to pay. Had to contend with the fact that my government is literally investing more into medically assisted death for people with disabilities and mental health issues. They won't help us live, but they'll literally help us die. Got dark. Yeah, but I mean, it's also just truth. It's also just truth. Is this one a little dark? Yeah, it is. But, I mean, the world's a little dark right now. Everything's a little fucked up. This is the point I want to say that at the very least, like, even if the world's fucked up, that's what makes places like this so important. This is what I want to do with the stream. Like, this is what I've always wanted to do with it. I wanted to make it just a very calm and very just relaxed place for people. I want to make it a place where anyone can just come and hang out and just forget about things for a little bit. And I'm not saying that we can't talk about anything dark, and I'm not saying that we can't talk about anything serious. Not in the slightest. I'm saying I like the idea of this being a place where people can relax. Where if you have something to vent, you can vent it. If you want to just come here and forget for a while, you can come forget. We don't have to think about any of it. And we won't think about it for the entire stream. Like, it's not going to be dark, 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 dark. That's why I also try and, like, inject little morals and little, like, pick-me-ups through the streams, too. Is to remind us, hey, the world may be dark, but we also have the ability to make it a little brighter. And I like the idea that this can be the sort of place that reminds you that. Will it always be? I don't know. I mean, it could be many, many things. I try to do the same kind of thing on stream and Discord. Yeah, I get that. Because, like, there's not enough places like that. Not enough places to just be and just relax a little. Let the world fall away for a bit. Like, if I succeed in nothing else with this stream, I hope I do that. Because if I can manage that, then, hey, I'm not doing so bad. Where am I going? What am I doing? I mean, granted, there are other things that I would like to do with the stream. I would like to make this into a job. I would like to earn an income off of this. That would be very lovely if I could do that. Especially seeing as I'm not bringing a whole heck of a lot into the house right now. I would very much love to be able to do what I love. And be able to do this every day. Or you know, most every day. What the hell was that noise? Did anyone else hear that ring? It's like a doo. That. Is that part of the song? I think it's part of the song. Oh, for sure. Twitch is the closest thing I have to a job at this point. I heard that. Yeah. Like, okay, so I usually what I do for what could be considered income is there is a particular website that I go on to that you can do surveys. And those surveys allow you to generate a little bit of money, and that's what I use to basically pay for my bills, like my phone bill and my yeah, and all that stuff. But recently they've dried up, which is more than a little scary. More than a little scary. So that's part of the reason that I'm pushing so hard on this. Is that I am trying to get things going. Because I would like to do this for a job. I feel like this is where a lot of my knowledge base sort of shines through. It's where a lot of the things that I do can really make an impact. At least I like to think so. You may agree or disagree with the statement. But all the same. And that's why I've actually been contemplating putting up like a Patreon to sort of help out with that. And I'm well aware that I probably won't get a whole heck of a lot, especially in the beginning, because there's not a whole lot of people watching me right now. And beyond just the fact that not a whole lot of people are watching me, not a whole lot of people will be around to even reach for that kind of thing. Let alone, like, people who will want to give. And of course, full disclaimer, like, I don't plan on doing anything that's like, oh, Patreon specific, like, oh, you join up with the Patreon and you can get these exclusive things, and anything like that. No. It will be first and foremost a thing you can do to support me. And if you do that, the number one thing you will always have is my appreciation. And anything aside from that is just bonus. Just whatever sort of bonuses that I feel that I can give to someone. I tried doing that when I was in school. They let you take surveys, but you'd never find out if you were qualified to get the reward either based on your answers. Basically, I had to lie to get anything out of them. Okay, here's the thing. The one that I normally use, they do actually... Oh god, all these phantoms. They do actually, like, I didn't really get disqualified from a lot of them. Like, every once in a while, maybe. Ow. Every once in a while, maybe. But by and large, I could just get into it. The one that I tried to supplement it with in the meantime, they very much did that. And it was like, they would give a quote-unquote consolation prize sort of thing. But it would be like, oh, sorry that you couldn't, sorry that you spent like 15 minutes on this thing that was supposed to pay you like a couple bucks. Here's like 3 cents. And it's like, so you're telling me that I spent all that time for 3 cents? Really? And it's horrible. And it's not like this is the kind of thing that I want to do, is the survey stuff. I'd love to be able to do something like this. But it's the factor that the first thing I did, of course, was... But it is a thunderstorm. The first thing I did, of course, was trying to get like a remote job. Like something where I could work at home, because I no longer have a car and can't like get to a whole lot of places easily. And this was before I moved, of course. Now there's a couple more places I can get to a little more easily, but it's still not easy per se. But that was the first idea, and a lot of those remote jobs, they require a lot out of you. They require like 4 or 5 years in that particular field, and they require like a bachelor's degree and whatever. And it's like all these different things for an entry-level job. For an entry-level job, they want 5 years of experience, 4 years of schooling for an entry-level job. Why? You just don't want to pay people at that point. And I see everyone that's just like, oh no, it's so fucking easy. Like, I lied on my resume, got the job, and it's just the easiest thing. It's like, but I'm not gonna lie on my resume. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. I hate people who do that. Because then you're being a piece of shit, and you're taking the job away from someone who could actually do it. Some people have suggested I use Partition. Not sure what I'd offer those. Some people give access to their Discord servers, but I don't like the idea of shoving that behind a paywall all of a sudden. I don't know what Partition is. You shouldn't have to lie to get a job. I know. That's absolutely right. You shouldn't have to lie. Especially not for an entry-level job. Entry-level means you don't necessarily have all the qualifications for that. You need training. You are just coming into it. Entry-level means a fucking fresh-faced 18, 19-year-old off the street should be able to get the job. I am not a fresh-faced 18, 19-year-old. But even so, it means, like, to get started in this field. Patreon, I already went over the Patreon. I went over the fact that that may very well be something that I do. But I'm also a little concerned about, like, of the following. Because, like, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, I don't have enough people for it. But I kind of don't. Oh, Patreon is what I meant. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do, like, the, oh, you can get access to the Discord through Patreon or anything like that. Like I said, if I were to do the Patreon, the main thing, like, first and foremost, you would not get anything exclusive. It would mainly just be, thank you for supporting me. First and foremost. Anything after that is just bonus. It's just gravy. It's like one of the things that's been floated that I like the idea of is like a little wall of patrons, either on the Junicraft server or on the Skyblock series. Or hell, I could even look into doing it on the Vintage Story series, the Vintage Story world, if I really wanted to. Which I like the idea of it, but I don't know what else I would do. Is an issue. So I'm sort of looking into how to create a Patreon. I've sort of started creating it already, but I'm trying to, like, figure out the fine details on it before I really launch anything, so to speak. Because I want to make it very clear to, like, anyone who may stumble across it that it's like, you're not going to get sent, like, merch, or, like, there's not going to be, like, I don't know, there's not going to be, like, personal calls every so often like some people do, because I don't feel like talking to me is something to pay for. Not to disparage the people that do it, like, they've got their reasons, but I don't feel like that's a thing for me. And just, like, a slew of other things. Like, I look at some of the things that people advertise for on their Patreon, of, like, yeah, you can get this, that, and the other thing, and it's so cool. Also, a lot of those people are making something. Like, Sonic Ether. He had Patreon stuff. He has something like that. A Patreon while he was making the PTGI for Sonic Ether's Unbelievable Shaders. And one of the things that you get by being on his Patreon, which I was for a while, is you would get access to the beta builds of the PTGI. Which was really cool, but it's something I can't do because I'm not making something. I'm doing streams. Streams are free for all. Like, I'm not gonna put any of this stuff behind a paywall. God knows no one will watch it if they did. Yeah, like, it'd probably just be a thank you for supporting me too, but also maybe, like, that cash would go toward getting more games for future streams or something. I've thought of doing that, but a lot of, like, that would probably be a more future thing for me. because a lot of what I would be using the money for right now would just be bills. It'd just be bills. Because we did just move, and we're still trying to get things, like, situated around. We're still trying to, like, get everything to settle down, so to speak. So that's difficult, and it would just basically be going to bills. Anything, same as the tip jar right now, anything I make goes to bills. Like, I don't keep any of it. I don't, like, I'm not putting it in savings. I'm not spending on Steam. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I am putting it to bills. That would come in handy this month, honest. Yeah. Kind of blew my gaming budget on getting my friend's placing back. It was worth it still, and I'm gonna have to wait a bit. I get that. Oh fuck. Water got on me. It's totally fair. What little I've gotten from Twitch over the past 2 years, it's gone toward food and stuff. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'm saying. Like, if I make anything on Twitch, if I make anything on out of the tip jar, if I make anything on Patreon, if I make anything, God forbid, if I make anything on YouTube, it's going toward bills. Can I see a future where I could possibly get, where I could possibly make money from this and not use it on bills? Yes, I could. It is a ways off, though. I would like it to be sooner. That would be very nice if it was sooner. But it would also require me making enough to pull my weight around the house first. Like, once I can do that, then all that stuff can come into play. Like, let me make enough for my bills first and foremost. Yeah, after that, like, if I was making, like, $700 a month, yeah, I'd probably put some of it back into, like, buying games for stream, replacing my mouse, getting, like, better things for stream, like, I don't know, maybe even looking into an iPhone X to get better face tracking, or saving up for a custom avatar, like a lot of YouTubers have. Things like that. But that's a ways off. If this continues to be a thing by that point, then yeah, that would be a thing I'd be interested in doing. But at that point, it is a ways off. Okay. So do we still have some to do over here? No. Okay, so we have got the actual awnings themselves up. Now we just need supports for the awnings. Honestly, if you only want an iPhone for the face tracking, it's not worth it, even if the tracking is really good. Well, like I said, there are places that you can get an iPhone X right now for like $170. So it's like, if I had that to spend, then maybe. I would only use it for tracking. Like, it would replace my webcam, basically. And my webcam costs less than that. So, if it's a significant improvement, then I could absolutely see, like, justifying the expenditure. But I would have to have enough money to justify the expenditure, is the thing. Okay, we got us some honey. I just felt like coming up here and harvesting the honey real quick. Yeah, that would basically be all I would get an iPhone X for. Would be the tracking. So whether it's worth it or not, it's kind of neither here nor there. I'm more saying, like, if I had the money to spend, put about $100 down when I got my phone. Yeah, I get that. Like, I would go for the 10 specifically because it's not a new thing anymore. But because the 10 is the oldest model they have that does the depth sensor, which is what you need for the really fancy face tracking. You need the depth sensing. But yeah, like, I actually looked up prices the other day, and it was like as low as $170, and you go up to, like, I don't know, $250 or something like that. But if I had that money, then I could. But I would only do it if I had that money. I'm thinking what I'd like to do. Maybe do like this. Just like a simple support there. We can even extend them if need be. Put them on either side. We will need a lot of fence gates, though. So let's go make some fence gates. Give me some spruce. Run out of spruce. We're going to need some more spruce at some point. That might be something I'll have to do in between the streams. Do I have more sticks in this? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Okay. That's fine. I'll just make like a whole bunch of sticks like this. Bah. Ba 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 ba. And just probably bop. Boom. Boom. And boom. Even then, we're still going to need more. Because we have one more fence gate than we do fences. We're probably going to need more of them. Oh, what's happening to my voice? Bring it down. I'm just going to go around here. And we will give all these some nice supports. Yeah, like I said, we're going to need more. But this is good to start with. No, wrong. Incorrect. Let's try it again. Eat a carrot. Boom. Boom, boom. Good. Boom, boom, boom. Got distracted. Botch and I are getting burritos. Ooh, nice. Where from? One of the things that I'm getting used to is the town that I live in now has a Del Taco. Oh my god, Del Taco's so good. It's so fucking good. And just put it there. Getting from Bar Burrito? Is that like a mom and pop place near you? Because if it's a mom and pop place, then yes, I agree with the choice. But if it's like a chain, then I don't know it. Okay, so that is this level. And yeah, like I said, we're going to need more fence gates and fences, apparently. Also going to need more fences. Might need more fences before we need more fence gates. By the look of it. Oop. Okay. We do need them. We're just going to pop those down where they'd go. It's chain. They're pretty good, honestly. Okay, it must be like a... It must be a Canadian thing then, yeah? Because I don't think I've heard of Bar Burrito. I will tell you, though, like, in terms of, like, the area that we live, there is so much good food around here. So much good food. Like, we got types of food here that I didn't think you could get. Like, not for any particular reason. Like, I'm just an idiot. And it's like, it never occurred to me that this is a thing you could do. Like, we've got Thai food. We got a Thai food place. I've never lived close enough to a Thai food place. And oh my god, it's good. Like, we got Vietnamese food. We got all sorts of shit. And it's all good, too. It's all good. So let's do half that. And it's like the fact that we got all this stuff around us, and it's all so good. It is just... I'm having like a food awakening. Because I never had all this sorts of food when I was a kid. I was a very picky eater when I was a kid. So like any of that sort of stuff, like it flew over my head, basically. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, it just doesn't ring a bell to me. So it's probably entirely possible that it's just a chain that I've never heard of. But yeah, like I've had a food awakening in this town. Because I've never had any of this stuff. Because I was just like a really fucking picky kid. And I shouldn't have been. Because I missed out on a lot of good stuff. I missed out on sushi. I fucking love sushi now. Sushi is like one of my favorite foods. And like I just straight up did not eat sushi when I was a kid. Because it's like, ew, raw fish. You know, the same reason that a lot of adults don't. But it's like, no, it's good. And it's not like, oh, the raw fish, it could be very dangerous or anything. No. Because they use sushi grade fish. They process it in a whole different way. To where they make sure that it's safe for consumption. I missed out on so much stuff because I was a picky little shit as a kid. And Corey, if you're around, take fucking notes. You miss out on a lot of stuff being picky. Google says Barburrito is part of a British chain of Mexican-style restaurants. That sounds like a horrible match. But, you know, if it's good food, then, you know, you do you. But just a British Mexican food place? I don't know. I don't know. Just sounds a little whack. I want to get that one. There's one just right there. But I can't seem to jump for the life of me. No. I can do this. I can get this thing. I can get this. I'm sure I can. Further searching shows there are 2. There's a Canadian one. It's apparently started up in Toronto, because of course it did. I don't know what the American equivalent would be for, like, it started in Toronto. Would it be like it started in New York? It's like, yeah, this fucking hot dog place. You fucking started in New York. It's like, oh, of course it did. Unless it's Coney dogs. Coney dogs are not New York. I will never let them have them. Never let the New Yorkers take Coney dogs from us. I don't actually know. Do Canadians know about Coney dogs? Because it's a Michigan thing. So I feel like Windsor probably knows. But I don't know if most of the rest of Canada knows about Coney dogs. No, not corn dog, Coney. C-O-N-E-Y. So a Coney dog is a hot dog, and then you got beef chili on top of it, and you got chopped onions and cheese. Even then, the cheese is kind of optional. And that is a Coney dog. And it is a delicious thing. It's different from a chili dog in the way that it is prepared and in the sort of chili that is used. It's a specific sort of chili. Not like a specific brand, but like a specific sort. It's just like a beef no bean chili. Though I have seen beans used for it. And the addition of onions. And usually mustard. But I'm a little bitch that hates mustard, so I don't get it with mustard. That what those are called? Yeah, it's a Coney dog. Because they're very widely eaten in Coney Island in Michigan. And it's also one thing that people don't know is that it is also a brand. Like it was a restaurant. Not really a restaurant. That's probably the wrong word for it. It was like a chain. So I remember that Coney Island was a chain in Michigan, at least for a time. I don't know if it still is. I don't see those too often up here. A lot of people aren't big on them. They just don't have taste, I guess. I totally go for those, though. Yeah. Coney dogs are fucking great. There's a place near me now that... It's kind of like a trade center that's full of different restaurants. It's kind of like it's got the feeling of like an old school, like a high school cafeteria, but it's got a bunch of restaurants in it. And And one of the places is a hot dog place. And a hot dog place makes a damn good coney dog. And I appreciate it very much. And me and Tori went there the other day, and I got a coney dog, and she got like a Jamaican jerk chicken dog. Where they put like Jamaican jerk chicken on top of the hot dog, as well as like a few other things. I can't remember what all went on it. There was like pineapple and stuff on it, so I wasn't too big on it. But the jerk chicken is like, ooh, that's good. That's good stuff. And it's like, here's the thing. It sounds really good. It is really good. Here's the thing. I'm going to preface this because it's going to sound racist at first. But then when I say it, everyone's going to be like, yeah, he right. So at different eateries, at different locations where you can get food, different restaurants, what have you, you can tell how good the food will be by what kind of person is making it. If you go to a Mexican place and there's a Mexican person behind the counter and they're making your food, you know it's going to be good because they're going to know it. If you go to a soul food restaurant, which this was basically a soul food restaurant, and there's like an elderly black woman working the fryers, you know that shit's going to do two things. It's going to clog your arteries, and it's going to be good. And it was good. You can tell how good a restaurant is going to be based on what it sells and the kind of person that's making it. Like, I'm not even going to say the race, like, just the person. Like, if it's like you associate this food with this person, it's probably going to be good. Like, if you see a skinny white dude making soul food, you're not going to trust that soul food. It's going to be bland as shit. They're going to put avocado in that. No. And of course, there are exceptions to every rule. Like, don't rule it out just because the person that's making it is not who you would expect to make it. But still, like, I'm saying that's the first marker. It's like, ooh, I'm in for a good time. It's completely different, but I got to try shawarma pizza for the first time the other day. I've never had shawarma. I didn't even know you could put it on pizza. It was amazing, but whoever came up with it had no idea what shawarma actually is. Oh, okay, so it was like a whole different creation then. Why is it always avocado? Because that's what people associate with, like, the skinny white millennial. Is fucking Starbucks macchiatos and avocado toast. Because when you say white person, you just mean, like, fucking Karens. You're not specifying, you're not saying the Spanish, you're not saying Italians, you're not saying Irish, you're not saying Polish, you're not saying any of that. If you say a specific nationality of white people, you'll probably have, like, what food they're good in. Like, if you say white people, and like, oh, avocado toast. But if you say Italians, you think, okay, pasta. You got some good pasta. You know, you say, damn it, Phantoms. Even if you like say Americans, you say, okay, this man can make a burger. It's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna die happy. That's what you're gonna think. You say Canadian, okay. They whip me up some poutine. You'll have those connections with like a particular. I almost want to say a particular brand of white people, but yeah, kind of a particular brand of white people. What brand white person are you? But yeah, that's why always avocado, because you're being far too reductive with your white people, and so they got to give you the most bland thing. It's like fucking, I don't know, avocado. Sure. But yes, looks like we have got our awnings. Are they beautiful? No. Are they functional? Kinda. But we did it. We've got the awnings up, and they're blocking out most of the light. So I think what I'm gonna do for a lot of these is I'm gonna go around and hang some lanterns. Let's get some lanterns. I also like how I use the Spanish as like an example, and it's like I have no idea what kind of food the Spanish would be known for. I don't think I've like anything that comes to mind. It's like, no, that's not Spanish. That's like Hispanic. Okay, I guess we're making some. Unless they're in here? No. Poutine's technically a French-Canadian thing, but it's not hard to make. It'll also probably kill you. All the best foods will kill you. I didn't know it was a French-Canadian thing, though. But, you know, me dumb American. Me know nothing about world. I know, it is what it is. I didn't know that was a French-Canadian thing, though. That's interesting. I hear that apparently a lot of French-Canadians are really, really mean. Because they, like, look down on anyone that doesn't speak French. I don't know if that's also true for just French people. Tori could probably tell me. But the way I understand it, it takes effect primarily for French Canadians. Is that they're very rude to anyone that does not speak French. Very true for the most part, yeah. It's a damn shame. But you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, the thing is, like, people of certain nationalities, they won't know the first fucking thing about their nationality's food either. Like, I'm Polish. I don't know shit about Polish food. I fucking paczkis and... Oh, what is this doing here? Things like paczkis and fucking pierogies. I don't know anything about it. I know paczki is like something like a donut. Like a Polish donut. Or even like a pastry. I don't even think it's particularly like a donut. And I know pierogies are basically... For anyone that's never had a pierogi, it's basically like a ravioli stuffed with mashed potato. Is about what I can say it's like. It's a ravioli stuffed with mashed potato and cheese. Knock out that one. And I feel like we can just pop that out there. I ran into a lot of people who wouldn't give me the time of day when they figured out I couldn't speak French back when I lived in Ottawa. Yeah, I believe it. I hear a lot of negative things about French Canadians just being really fucking mean to anyone that doesn't speak French. Quebec separatism is still very much a thing. Yeah, I think Tori has backed that up at a certain point too. That she's just like, yeah, the Quebecois are some mean motherfuckers. Because she speaks French. I don't know how much she knows about, like, the culture of the French. But I know she basically speaks French like a native. I don't know. I think she's at the very least conversational. I don't know if she's fluent. But she speaks it with a very native accent. So I'm told. because I don't think I've listened to a legitimate, like, not legitimate, but like someone that I knew was French. I don't think I've listened to someone like that speak French. So I wouldn't be able to really tell you one way or the other. But from what I understand, yeah. Bring some of the light back to the underside here. Because at least down here, we're not hitting our heads on the lanterns. Whereas up there, we would be. Here I can still jump up. Up there, if I really need the light, I'll go ahead and put the lanterns up there. But for now, I'm just planning on putting them down here. And it does give a nice little effect, too, with all the lanterns. But up here, I think we've got some pretty good separation between the awnings. That'll give us the light still. Oh, the boy's lost. The boy's lost. You can't just speak any French. You have to speak French Canadian. You know what's messed up? They don't teach Canadian French in Canadian schools. They set us all up to get torn apart every time we even think about Montreal. That is pretty fucked up. Like, they teach you the French in school, and you go and you try and use it, and they'll just laugh at you. C'est un peasant. It's pretty fucked. Oh, put that back. Okay, so I think we can successfully take the awning one off of here. So, what to do next? How about we look for a place for sugarcane farm? Because I feel like we could use that. What we use it for? I have no idea. But we gonna try and make a sugarcane farm. Now, I want to put it in a spot that I don't have a lot of stuff already. So we're gonna look for like an area like this, sort of farther away from the different things. Maybe we can do it like here. I don't know. Because anywhere like here, we're gonna want to sink it in a little bit before we go forward. So we're gonna like go down a little and go forward. I feel like I want to put something here. So let's go ahead and dig this out a little bit. I had a classmate who lived in Montreal. She literally failed French class because of the distinct dialect barrier. She was pissed. Like, she spoke the damn language better than the teacher. That's pretty fucked up, too, honestly. Like, you speak the language and they're gonna fail you? Like, for what? Being too good? I got a music disc. They just hating. They just hating on this poor girl. So I'm thinking for this sugarcane farm, we go ahead and like inset it. So we bring this whole thing down a little bit, and then we can sort of push back into the walls. That way we can have the actual farms themselves behind glass. I feel like... Let's go like one more down. That's about it. Any deeper than that, and I'd start to like worry. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back some. We're gonna dig our way up here. And how far back do we want to bring this? Because we don't particularly need a whole lot of sugarcane right now. Or at all, really. But, I don't know. I think even, like, this is probably good. Right here. So we'll just have, like, a little self-contained hallway. Where we can just pop these sugarcane farms into. The sugarcane farm, thankfully, is a pretty easy farm. We just need some detectors and some pistons, basically. So I'm doing this and I'm trying to think of design as well. I'm thinking of going for a similar theme as we have in the storage room. And I realized I have not left myself a place to stand up. So first off, let me just plonk these couple torches down here. We'll get more. We'll get more. Let's get some more torches and sort of empty our inventory. Get some stuff. And actually, let's go ahead and empty the inventory. And then we will go for break. Because it's about that time. No, I wanted to be in that one. Okay. And pop in the dirt. And pop in the glowstone. And the disc. Fuck it. It's gonna be run. Okay. Oh, a little bit of bugginess there. That's fine. So, we are gonna go ahead and go for break here. The intermission. We're gonna take a half an hour, so if you gotta get yourself some snack or what have you, you could already do that. I mean, I'm not watching. You could just do that. You don't have to have my permission. You know, have food? Oh, nice. Actually, some burrito. I'm gonna get me some food too. I don't know what's on the menu, but oh no, I do know what's on the menu. It's gonna be the pasta from last night because every time we make pasta, there's always a little bit extra. So we're gonna do some pasta tonight, which is just fine with me because I love the pasta. So yeah, we are gonna break for intermission. We will be back in a half an hour at 8:35 because I can't be bothered to make it as precise as all that. And we will be right back. I am muted again. Thank you. The problem is that I continually mute my microphone. Whenever I go away from the stream, because I can't, like, my microphone doesn't have a physical mute button. It's not like fancy ass microphones where you can just tap the top and freak out your fucking model in the meantime. But yes, I hope everyone had a good intermission. I hope that you all had some good food or a nice little break or what have you. And we are going to get back into it. We're going to dig out a little space here. So I think we're basically just going to do like a viscerally area. And I did say we were going to get some more torches as well, so we should have brought some more. That's okay. We'll go ahead and get some more. So let's go ahead and grab some coal here. Oh, and we had some coal ore on us, so we could have just used that. It's fine. Okay, so we've got plenty of torches, and we're going to get this done. We're at least going to make some good headway on it. If we don't completely build it in this stream, then we're at least going to make some good headway. So let's see here. I'd like for it to sort of widen out to this wide for the path, so we can make it like 6 wide. So it'll start here. And I think the glass layer will be here. And one thing that we should do is dig this back to the desired depth. Okay, so glass layer here. Sorry I didn't hop on sooner. I wanted to eat and confirm if I had D&D tonight. It's all good. Did you want to hop in a Discord call, or what did you want to do? Or did you want to just, like, do your own thing in addition to me? Because I'm good either way. Add a torch on the other side of here. Oh god, I got a sneeze coming. Ugh. Sorry about that. So if I said glass layers here, the layer for hoppers will be here. The layer for the sugarcane will be here. So we'll probably want to dig back, I'd say 3 more. I'm down for that? Alright. Give me a quick second. Okay. Pull up Discord here. That's being an asshole. Damn it, okay. It's Scream's gonna freak out for a second. It's only because I need to take OBS off full screen mode. Okay. Okay, I have hopped into the Junicraft voice call. So if you want to join me, Minnie, just go ahead and hop in there. In the meantime, we are going to hollow out this side a little. We got a good bit to do in here. Because I think at this, all things considered, we'd probably want to go in 2 from each side. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spaces? I'd say 8 spaces is probably enough, especially per side. 8 spaces is probably enough. So this is probably a perfectly fine size for a sugarcane farm. So we're going to get this all dug out. All done and dusted on this end. Nope. Gonna keep that there. And I should actually check if it's okay on this end as well. It looks to be fine. How deep does this go, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From 5 in. It should be fine. I don't think it should get in the way of the stairs. Especially with that there. Yeah, I don't feel like it should. Okay, let's check to be certain. To be certain. So that's 1, 2. What'd I say? I went back 8. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we dug up a diamond. Nice. Very nice. Oh. Oh. I didn't realize you are in the call, Minnie. Hold on. My things are broken. Output device. Default. I haven't actually been on a Discord call in forever. Why are you not? I don't know why it's not working. Try now.
Hello?
Okay, say something again.
Are you
Okay, everything's coming across fine.
Are we good?
Yes, everything's
Okay.
coming across fine.
Awesome. I was worried it was on my end because that's been an issue
No,
with me lately.
no, you're fine. I haven't had to do a Discord call in forever. And so my settings, like I actually haven't had to do it since I moved. So even since my setup has been set up, I haven't had to mess with it.
That's fair.
So hi, how are things?
I'm good. Just kind of vibing tonight.
I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah.
We vibe. Ooh, emerald. Yes.
Kind of bummed about D&D if I'm honest, but I'm like, you know what?
Did it
It's
get
fine.
canceled?
Yeah, our DM's been having a rough time lately.
Oh damn,
It's
that's
like we're just gonna let him chill.
Oh, I hope he starts feeling better. Is it the same one that it was before?
Yeah.
I hope he's doing good.
I mean, he's hanging in there. He's just having a rough time.
I feel it. It's kind of rough
Can't
for all
blame
of
him.
us.
Yeah.
But I hope he does well, and I hope that things get better for him.
Same, honestly. Like I know, like he's gonna be all right. It's just like
It's just a
an
matter of getting
emotional
through it.
time for him, kind of deal.
Yeah, I feel it. The emotional stuff is always like the hardest to get through.
Yeah.
There's really no quick fix or like one size fits all answer for emotional stuff. And that's the problem. It's like everyone has to find their own answer for it.
Alrighty. I'm gonna make my way over to where you're at.
Sure.
Do I need to bring anything with me?
I other than tools, I can bring something to dig with.
I don't have much, but I've at
I
least got that.
I mean, just like tools for you to use.
Yeah. I don't have much in the way. I still have yet to find like. Oh no, I
Yeah?
have diamonds. I don't have many.
Oh, fair. Tell you what, I will
So I
pay
haven't
you.
even.
I will pay you in diamonds for your assistance.
Oh, dude, don't even worry about it.
No, it's all good. I got
I'm
it.
just good to chill, honestly. Excuse me.
Like,
I
especially
should
since...
consider getting a drink, but like, nah.
Yeah, you probably should. But especially since my excavation skill is high enough that I can literally get diamonds from digging up dirt. I did it just a couple minutes ago on stream.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I
MCMMO
can
is
dig up
crazy.
glowstone, and that blew my mind. But like,
Well, my excavation skill is like 1,000. And I think after like
that's
500 or something like that, you have a small chance of like dropping a diamond when you do it. You've also got chances of course, glowstone and like music discs is another thing that can get dropped.
That's nuts. What?
It's crazy. I love it. I love MCMMO. It's so crazy in the drops you get.
Like, I mean, I've just got like iron stuff right now, but like even then, not that much. I've had a lot of trouble getting stuff, honestly.
Here, in that case, don't even bring tools. I will supply you with some tools that you can just keep.
Nah, dude,
It's
cool.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm already heading over. I'm totally gonna get lost.
That's all good. If you go to where the storage room is, which is the bottom level directly under the bridge to the lighthouse, and
Right.
you circle around like facing the storage room, you circle around to the right. And you go up that staircase and you keep circling, you will find the entrance. It's on the second level. Like, yeah.
Okay.
From where you
First
are,
I gotta remember where the bridge is at.
from where you enter, if you go right around that main area,
Right.
or no, if you go left around the main area and you come up the first set of stairs you see, and then you just keep taking that path left, you will end up there. I'm waiting at the top of the stairs. Yeah. Hi.
Oh, okay. Holy crap.
Yeah. Like, if check it. You just go leftward. And then it's like right around this next little bend.
Okay.
Like,
I
I
really do need to
realize...
spend more time on here.
No, it's all good. Like, I realize it's pretty nonsensical to everyone else, but because I built it, I guess it's not to me.
I mean, if it makes sense, then there you go.
Sense
If it makes
is
sense to you, that's your base, you know.
Yeah, sense is a strong word. I get it.
Don't mind. Nothing happened.
I'm getting you a diamond pick and diamond shovel. And diamond axe, because we're gonna work with wood.
If you go to my area, you'll see like I dug out an entire massive area with just stone. It
I
was
believe it.
painful. It was
I
painful,
totally
but
believe
I
it.
did it, and I'm proud of myself. I don't know what to do with it though. It's just a big empty hole now.
I mean, some people will just dig those empty holes just to dig it.
But like I was thinking about like actually doing something with it, and now I'm like, now I don't know what to do with all this actual space.
Okay, I don't have 30 levels right now, so I can't go enchant them, but I can give you just like base diamond stuff.
I brought I brought wood with me. I can make more stuff.
Too late, I already made it.
Bruh.
I'm already back. Here. Diamond. It's fine, really, it's fine.
I mean, thank you.
The remnants have to help each other out.
I mean,
We looking out for our own.
Sure.
Just consider it that.
I mean, I'll take it. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I always feel bad taking.
It is fine. I assure you it's fine.
Oh,
I have got
it's so
plenty of
nice,
diamond.
though.
I have got plenty of diamond. I don't need it. Like, I'm using netherite stuff. Come on.
Sure, but like, you know.
Now, if you'd ask for netherite stuff, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, no, like, that's not. I will say, digging with diamond tools feels pretty nice.
Is pretty sweet. I don't think I could go back after netherite though. It's gonna be a hard. It's gonna be a hard
It is.
reset when
It is a hard
1.20
sell.
comes. When 1.20 comes, it's gonna be a hard reset to do. Because then I'll have to
I've
go
had
back to
trouble
stone.
getting into survival after UE season 2 because I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh man, now I have to start over.
Yeah. Oh, it's so painful.
It took me so long. It would always take me like a week to get all the gear that I lost every time.
Yeah, it's so painful to go through all that, and it's like, everything takes so long.
I would have genuinely quit if your shop didn't exist.
Oh, my blacksmith and reverie?
Yeah.
I made a fucking killing from that store. I really did.
Yeah, and most of that was from me.
Goes to show.
Made, like, you made all your money off of me, honestly.
Goes to show. If you ever really want to make some bank on a multiplayer server, sell tools.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Take that copper. Nice. Okay, so now we've got a nice blank slate to work with. So I'm thinking, I'm just gonna use this dirt to outline my plant. No, I'm not gonna use the dirt. I'm not a peasant. I'll use spruce planks. So, like, I'm thinking these lines for like the walkway. Like, so we're gonna go down half a block, half a block, half a block, and then it's gonna be on the bottom block. No. And it's gonna be on the bottom half of the block, across here. And it's gonna go 6 wide, these 2 planks. And then we're gonna have glass, and then we'll have the farm. And we'll have it on either side.
Got you, I think.
So let me gather some gubbins, because we're gonna need.
I did bring like 2 stacks of spruce logs if that helps any.
Oh, nice. We'll probably use spruce.
To be in my inventory.
Yeah, we'll probably use some like spruce slabbage for the roof.
Okay.
The ceiling. But most of like in here, like the floor is probably gonna keep being the oxidized copper here. Even though I don't think it's oxidized right now. So we'll probably just be putting down raw copper slabs and letting them oxidize. Kind of like I got in the planning room.
That's fair.
I'm running out of space to store stone.
It's been a long time since I've actually like gotten on to a server and just built with somebody.
It's been a long time since I talked to somebody on Discord. Just period.
That's fair.
It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
So let's grab some copper. This should be enough. And
I keep forgetting
let's.
how loud my footsteps are, so whenever I move around in the game, I just scare the shit out of myself.
God, who's moving? Oh, it's me.
I'm like, who's that? What's there? Oh, it's me.
It just reminds me of a bit from Madagascar. Hey, everybody quiet. No one make a sound. Who is making all that talking? Wait, it's me.
I love it. Because I'm using Presence Footsteps.
Presence
So
footsteps?
It's just sort of, yeah, it's a mod that like basically, I don't know, just makes footsteps and stuff sound better.
Okay.
So I can hear, you know, when things or people are walking around and stuff like that. Really helps locate stuff.
Okay, okay.
Um, and like, it's a lot louder than normal Minecraft, so I'm just like, okay, well, shit. I'm like weirdly not used to it yet.
So like this. Like it's gonna be along that sort of thing.
Okay, so we're doing it like along the walls?
No, it's like it's gonna go down the middle here, and yeah, the
Got you. Oh, shit.
yeah, in here and then in here are gonna be the fuck the farms. That's the word, farm.
Gotcha.
What is a word?
What is word? I do not know. Don't mind me.
Probably gonna just pop these along here.
Don't mind me. I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, we're professional Minecrafters. We do this for a living.
Okay.
It just keeps doing that thing to you, don't it?
Yeah.
It just keeps happening and it won't stop keep happening.
Yeah, that's, yeah. And it's kind of my own fault because I'm going too quick, but like...
See, that'll happen to me, but it won't be my fault because, like, well, it's kind of my fault, but it's kind of not. So the way I have things set up, I am sitting in like a big comfy chair and I've got my keyboard in my lap and I've got my mouse sort of resting on the armrest. And because of that, every so often, like, I will, like, not be holding my mouse, and I'll shift around or something, and my mouse will fall off the armrest. And, yeah, me too. Me 3, 4, how many times do I gotta do this shit? There we go. But yeah, so it'll fall off the armrest, and I feel like I'm breaking the right mouse button every time I do it.
Oh, jeez.
Because it just keeps fucking up harder and harder. So now it's like double clicking, triple clicking. And it happens a lot. And it's just not gonna stop keep happening. Okay, and then in these areas we can build the farms.
Nice.
Now I'm thinking, oh, I need some stuff to build the farms with too. That would probably be good. Also, what am I doing just carrying things in my inventory like a plebeian? I've got shulker boxes. I'm an aristocrat and should be treated as such.
I mean, you put in the time. You got all the fancy stuff.
But they still won't let me in real life.
That's a mood.
Let me be one of the 1%. I want to not worry about fucking anything, really. Okay, what do I need? I need 8. I need 8 per side of pistons. I need 8 per side of detectors, which I feel like detectors are 2 redstone each. So I'll need 32 redstone for that. I need 16 iron. Give me some cobble. The only reason that I remember, like, off the top of my head, the recipe for cobble is, I don't know if I told you this. Back in the day, way back when, I drew a couple like Minecraft related comics.
Right.
And in those comics it was like sort of poking fun of the ridiculousness of different crafting recipes. And one of the ones that I pointed out was the piston. So I had to look up like how to properly craft the piston, so I could draw it bit by bit and put it into this comic. And so ever since then, I remember exactly how the piston recipe goes.
That's one thing I always forget how to craft.
Like
I
it
feel like I
was,
forget how to craft most things, especially like newer stuff these days. I'm like,
yeah, the new stuff is hard to keep track of, but no, the piston was one, the enchanting table was another. Uh the sword was another one. And I think I might have only done those 3. But it was like a payoff at the end, because it was just like complaining like, seriously, you really think this is gonna work with the fucking enchanting table? And then it works. It's like, well, shit.
that's great.
Because like you get fed up with all the other ones, and then suddenly just it works just fine. And it's just like, huh. That was forever ago, though. God. Well, I'll need more hopper than that. How much can I get for this?
Yes, sir, I would like to buy 1 hopper. 1 hopper, please.
I will not admit to the fact that your chickens just scared the shit out of me.
My chickens scare the shit out of everybody. They're fucking terrorizers. Don't give them the time of day.
I'm just like hopping around a little bit, and I just hear them. I'm like, what the? Why are my
They're pulling some like
mom noises
Helsing
so
abridged.
freaking loud?
They're pulling some Helsing abridged Alucard bullshit. Hey kids, want to see a dead body? I also brought the shulker box empty. I'm an idiot. Fucking fill it with
no.
things, maybe.
I feel like I've done
Put that stuff
before.
in there. I've most certainly done it many times. Like, oh, it sure is nice having all this inventory space that I'm not using. You know what? Instead of like taking from the stone brick that I have, maybe I should just craft some of the stone I have into stone brick. Since I'm talking about I don't have room for stone.
I might have a bunch of stone brick somewhere, actually. I know I have a shit ton of mud brick for some reason.
Why do you have mud brick? I mean,
Because
it's good, but
I had an idea, so just collected a bunch, and then I started making the thing, and I'm like,
and you're like, no, that's
I don't
terrible.
know- I don't know if it's not terrible. I'm just not sure if I'm feeling it anymore.
That's fair. Like, I was testing some stuff for the Vintage Story stream after I got off stream yesterday. And I was collecting, like, different wood types because I had finally marked out what I wanted to do with just, like, the frame of like, the porch and everything. And I took, like, the 4 different wood types and just, like, made a quick few slabs of each and just put them down so I could see them side by side. Before I even went out and hunted a bunch of trees or anything like that. And I'm immediately just like, yeah, I know I just used oak logs for the entirety of this. Oak slabs are really the only true answer.
I mean, that's fair.
I forgot dirt. And you know what else I forgot?
I
Forgot
have 61 dirt.
Yeah, but I forgot the most important part. I forgot the fucking sugarcane.
Ah.
I forgot the sugarcane in the sugarcane farm. How do I not have that much sugarcane? Okay. Well, I guess that's gonna change. I got a bucket of water on me, so won't be hard to get another one. Where will I find some more water? Gee, I wonder. Okay, so you got dirt. I got sugarcane. You know what else I need? I need some glass. I'm gonna get some glass.
Ah.
I'm making all these trips anyway. What did I bother with the shulker for? See, where do I put glass in here? I put glass in here. This isn't gonna be enough, is it? I don't feel like it is. How much snad do I have? Not a lot of snad. I need more snad. One of these days, I'm just gonna have to take. Well, I guess I can make some glass panes. Do I have glass panes before I start converting this shit? Running back again. This is just a highlight of that one area of my base between there and here. That's all this is. Isn't that such a lovely pathway? Let's stare at it for the next hour and a half.
I mean, it is a pretty cool looking place, I gotta say.
It's nice looking. It's pretty nice looking. I didn't think that I could get birch to work this well.
I feel like people don't give birch enough credit, because I honestly really like it.
It is good. Like, it can be properly used. Especially now with, like, the stripped logs and everything. Like, regular log birch, terrible, trash. But stripped birch, that's where it's at.
That's fair.
Here. Pop the rest of that glass in there because that's all I got with panes. I also have crafting tables. Because I'm a neurotic, apparently. I also just realized that these might not run at peak efficiency. Because things might get caught up here, but even if they got caught up here, I think they'd still get picked up by the hoppers.
Depends on where the hoppers are at.
Well, the hopper's gonna be like right in front of it, like right along here.
Oh, then
So
yeah,
it should still get picked up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Wait, how'd I get to be 9? Oh, because of that. Okay, so I need to bring this in one then. Because that can't be. No. Wrong. There. Okay.
Should I fill that gap
yeah.
with birch then?
Yeah, fill with birch. Okay, so I'm thinking. So now it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Take out the middle 2.
Here we go.
And we replace these with chests. So let me pop in chests here. Ba-ba. Ba-ba. And that way, we can just feed them directly like this.
Okay. I see.
Make it as simple as possible. That way...
Are you gonna do the thing that I did the one time?
You talking about like where we have the it's like the simple version where it's like the detector rails are on top, and then when they detect it reach a certain height, the pistons underneath them push it, and that just falls in the
Oh,
hoppers.
okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the thing that I did then. But like, okay. Well, this is gonna be a learning experience for me.
Yeah. So like, if you want to float me some of that dirt, I'll show you.
It should be in there,
Okay. Cool.
I believe.
So
Put it in there.
I got it. So I need to get one more thing of water as well. Because I need to make water behind it.
Right.
Do you have a bucket of water on you?
I do not.
Ah, damn. That would have been great. Oh well.
I could I might have a bucket somewheres.
I mean, I could just dump this water and go get another thing of water too.
I mean, fair.
Especially since I have an elytra. Like, I can just quickly dive bomb the water and just swish. There we go. And I got more water.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna say you probably do that way faster than I could going clear across the
Just a little bit.
the island. To my
Okay.
giant empty box.
The box of mysteries.
It's a nice looking box.
It's a
on the
nice
outside.
box. It's a nice box.
It just, big and empty.
Okay, now take some birch just for the heck of it. Run it along here. We'll just like do this. Chop off the excess down there.
Excuse me.
Okay. Now, say for instance, we've got half of this going. We'd have that like that. And this like this. And we have the sugarcane planted here. Check it. I'm showing you how it works. So we have it like this. And then I don't have it right now, but we have redstone running back here. So when it reaches this high, the observers detect it, send a redstone signal, it sends it to the pistons push here, and all that drops into the hoppers.
Right.
So it just auto detects when it grows, and it only pushes that particular thing, I think.
Yeah, so the bottom stays where it's at.
Yeah. Even if it like pushes all of them, it will only push what's grown up to the second. So the bottom stays and it can keep regrowing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, it's real simple. And that's the way we like it, because simple is good for smooth brain.
Do you still have the dirt with you? Because I could start building on the
I
other side.
do indeed. Here.
Awesome.
I will grab some redstone dust, because of course I forgot something. Of course at this point.
I feel that.
Like, I'm gonna forget my head at some point. It's attached to the model. I'm just gonna forget it somehow. And I somehow keep smashing myself against the chairs. Or chairs. Stairs. Slabs. Something. I don't fucking know anymore.
Why is that a mood?
Because I'm losing my damn mind. That's how. Okay, and bop, 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 bop.
Dang it.
Bop, 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 bop. Pop these down. And stones. And then we can just pop these up here and streep them. Meryl Streep them. I think we'll probably do. I have to figure out the lighting a little bit. Okay, I guess if you want to work on that side, I will try and figure out just how we're gonna do the roof here. And I'll need some more spruce and some glowstone. Guess where I'm going? You get 3 guesses, but only the first one counts.
I mean,
Okay, glowstone. How do I have so little actual glowstone? I mean, I got plenty of dust, but... Well, I say plenty, I mean a stack. I don't know how I don't have more glowstone. What is my excavation at? 414. No, yeah, 414. I may have overestimated it a little bit when I said 1,000. Okay. I think it's gonna have to be this
dang it.
at the top of both of them.
Yeah, no, I need to fix the observer.
Yeah, you gotta place them from behind. They're real finicky.
I always forget, honestly.
Me too.
Mother,
Me too.
that didn't just happen.
Me too.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Me too. I think what I could
not
do
only placed
is
it the wrong way, I
this.
placed it on the wrong freaking block. Just in
Me too.
general.
I am on the wrong block.
Alrighty.
My
We're
block
good.
is
We got
incorrect.
this. There we go.
I think this will do nicely for lighting. Now, bleh.
Now we just need a little bit of redstone back there, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. And let's see here. Yeah, you got everything just fine. Just pop it on the stone there.
Yep.
And now if we
Here we go.
plonk sugarcane down on all of it. Oh, you didn't add the water yet, did you?
No.
Yeah, it
Forgot
needs
about the water.
it needs water.
I completely
unfortunately.
forgot about the water.
Here. Let's tear these out just for ease. And then we can just pop a little trough in there for the water.
That's like literally the one thing I forgot. I was like, oh crap.
All good. And I will steal one from over here. Okay, I gotta break the back of it just to steal one. That's fine.
Goes back.
Bop, 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 bop. Good.
Cool.
This is what teamwork looks like, people. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Okay, and I'm just gonna give some more. This is just gonna be a simple roof in here. This is a farm. It doesn't need to be super detailed and beautiful.
This is true.
If I think of something better to do for it, we'll do it. But otherwise, I think it's fine just being straight slabs. Especially since it's got kind of a nice lighting from the glowstone. I don't know how it looks without
yeah.
shaders, but with shaders, it looks pretty cool.
It looks alright. I'm good with that.
It's got kind of like a warming light glow. Like these aren't actually sugarcane and are in fact cough cough something else. Disclaimer, we are not running a weed farm. This is not what this is. No one tell Junie for unrelated reasons.
Alright.
And I think one other thing that we could do is do like the sort of
Oh, I can.
arches.
That's what I'm missing on the other side here. Got it.
Oh, the top brick or top brick? What?
Yeah, the top bit.
Yeah, thank you. I was never gonna get there on my own.
I was like, what is missing over there? I feel like there's a gap.
You would be right.
Yeah.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
There we go. Now we're good.
Okay, let's do 4. Okay. So we can do 4 of these. Get enough slabs, I think. If I could get up there. No? Sure.
That's much better. Okay. Ooh, fancy.
I'm trying to bring some of the style from the damn, words are hard.
From the outside.
Words are hard. From the storage room into here.
Got you.
Okay. So we can do like that. Then we can just give this a backing. Just bop, bop. Reach with my extendo arms. Don't worry, Gordon. My Black Mesa extendo arms will make the quick work of this.
I've never actually played Half-Life.
That it's confusing because that's not Half-Life, but it's close enough. I'm referencing something else that was made kind of from Half-Life, called Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware.
Got
It's
you.
a hilarious little series. Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that.
But yeah, Half-Life's pretty
A
good.
while back.
It's pretty good. I feel like it's a little overhyped these days, but it's still pretty good. 2 is definitely better. 2 is most
Either way,
definitely better.
I've never played either, so I'm like,
Get up from the...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. I would recommend it. Okay. We encase these boys so that they may never see the light of day again. It's not cruelty. It's a punishment. They have committed crimes against nature. And thus they will be locked away. This is what man tells himself as he tames the earth. Look at that. And we've got a sugarcane farm.
this
Should be
turned out
fully
pretty
functional.
nice.
It should be fully functional. There's no way to tell because this stuff is not going to grow quickly. I don't know. I don't actually know if it's under the right conditions to grow. If it's not, I'll fix it.
It should be.
But I feel like it should have plenty enough light and it's got water. Because if it didn't have water, it wouldn't be able to be planted.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's fine.
It should be. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. Yeah.
I think it's good.
Good little bit.
This turned out nice.
Yeah, this is nice. Now we just gotta wait for the oxidation to creep through. It's already started.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that we've done all of this and it's only gotten 1 to stage 1, now you know my pain.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at all of this copper.
I mean, I guess on the bright side, you could have just kept building this up as it was happening, but that...
I was. And a lot of it was me, like, properly placing copper, but a lot of it wasn't. Like,
Right.
enough wasn't to where it counts. Like, you can see, especially in the planning room. I'll take you over there. It's just beyond the,
Wait, where did you go?
I'm down on ground floor.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
If we go over to the storage room, it's just beyond that. I'm gonna put this back while I'm going through too. So you can see still here, it's like the one part that
yeah.
still has yet to oxidize. But you can see it sort of creeping up through here.
Wow,
And it's
that really does take forever, huh?
It really does. That's why I keep on like moving it around. Because I'm trying to get it to like oxidize a little bit quicker. I like placing it in a manner to where it's all like kinds. Like levels are near each other. So maybe it'll like promote
more?
ever so slightly. Not nearly as much as just putting it a decent amount of spaces away from each other. But I can't be bothered for something like this.
Sure.
Because every block needs to be like 5 away from the others.
Oh gosh, no.
It's ridiculous. And for all this, like, when it's just raw copper blocks, sure. Because then it's just, like, you can make 8 of these slabs from 1 raw copper. Like
Sure.
1 raw copper block, rather. But when it's slabbed already, there's no fucking point in bothering. It's so much space. And it can't be, like, the thing is, it will take the same whether it's near a bunch of copper that is the same level as it, or whether it's near a bunch of already oxidized copper. It will take the same amount of time. So there's nowhere I could really put it other than, like, up by the lighthouse that it would actually still oxidize at a decent rate. So I
Right.
might as well just leave it where it is.
I guess that's fair. Wow, that's rough though.
It is crazy. They called me a
Made-
madman for doing this, and frankly, they were right.
You have made one hell of a commitment, and I respect it.
Honestly, things like this, I just get like weird ADD fixation on doing one thing, and then I'll just do that thing. And I will end up with something like this where it's like, what do now? How
feel
do...
that.
I don't know what to do with rest of base. And it's just,
I feel that.
like, that's my life now. And I'm still smelting up copper, because of course I am. I always need more. For, like, projects like that.
That's a nice smelter room though.
Thank you. I like it. I like how I could integrate the stone arches into, like, the actual smeltery. And, like, the recessed lighting. It took me forever to do just the back wall. This sat with no back wall where I had to, like, manually put things into the hoppers for so long.
Yeah, it turned out really good overall though.
Thank you. I like it. You can actually, like, click through a little bit and see the current inventory of the minecart when it passes by. The only thing is that while the minecart is running, you can't get anything new into the chest. It's all gets stuck in the hopper. Because the redstone that powers it is right above the hopper. I mean, sure, I guess I could have made it like an invisible block. Like, I could have made it like an upside down stair or something, but I didn't want to.
That's fair. I mean, as long as it works, right?
Oh yeah, it works perfectly fine. And you can see you got the blast furnaces on one side and regular furnaces on the other side. So, like, if you want to do ores or if you want to just, like, cook a bunch of food. I guess I could have done smokers, but there's stuff that furnaces can do that neither blast furnaces or smokers can. So just a little better option all around.
I didn't realize how nice the, like, burning sound is.
It's pretty cool. Which is ironic.
Yeah.
Just like that slowly smoldering
like,
sound.
I'm just, like, hearing it, and I was like, what? That's
Sounds
what
like
they
a
sound
roaring
I
fire.
kind of love that. Yeah, like, I feel like I could just...
Yeah, just
that's
like a roaring
sitting
fire.
next to a fireplace sound.
It's pretty good.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for it. I like
Yeah.
it.
It's good sound. It's a very good sound. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that do its thing there. I'm gonna take a quick fly and see how those awnings look. Oh, those look good from the air. Those awnings look good from the air. It brings things together. It breaks up some of the green. Ooh. I'm a fan of that. That was a pain in the ass, but I'm a fan of it. I wish I could do it on the other levels, but the other levels are just too short to do it.
That's fair. I do really like this bridge too, though.
Oh, the bridge to the lighthouse?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like the fact that there's like an undercroft to it. That you can like walk around underneath it. It gives it almost like an urban feeling.
It's pretty cool.
And then just like walking along the bridge itself is cool. Like, if you walked over the bridge itself. Come on.
I was gonna say, as soon as I can figure out how to get up there.
Yeah, I know the way. Look at how these awnings came out. I
These are
think this worked
nice.
good, and it looks very
Yeah.
good from the air. And got the top of the
I believe
bridge.
that, actually. Yeah, no, those are really good. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, this is good.
I am proud of this bridge.
This is a good bridge.
I am
You
proud
should
of
be.
this. And then we got the
This is
actual
good
like
bridge.
lighthouse platform itself. And there's
Ooh.
still nothing in here. It's still completely empty. It's one of the
Right.
to-do list things. But I know nothing about
mean-
interior design. Well, in Minecraft. I'm decent at it in real life, but in Minecraft, no. The
I
most
don't see myself as being the best at it, but I've often been told that my interior stuff is usually pretty good.
You are good at the interior design stuff. I will say. Maybe at some point we gotta get on stream together again for the Junicraft stuff. And, well, I don't know when it would line up because you stream on Wednesdays. But, like, get on together again. You can help me with design the interior of that lighthouse.
Yeah, I mean, we can certainly make that happen because
Oh, I
have,
didn't
like,
do them all?
I just kind of
Thought I did
randomly
them
do miscellaneous Minecraft stuff. It's usually sort of creative mode things, but like it's meant to be miscellaneous, so it's just kind of whatever.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you do the Minecraft stuff on Wednesdays, and yeah, we can see about doing
I
a
don't
thing.
have like a specific day where I do stuff. I just have specific days that I stream.
Okay.
But like, it's just kind of whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep to a schedule just to like, I guess is to sort of, not only for viewers but for myself, to make it feel like I actually have like, I don't know, like to give it a sense of commitment to the entire thing, I guess.
That's fair.
Because like if I know what I'm going to be streaming, then like if I have like a set schedule for it. Oh right, I didn't put them up here because it's shorter. Then it just feels like it feels more. Oh, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to properly articulate a thought that I haven't completed.
It's more structured.
Yeah, but I guess it feels more professional.
That's fair.
I guess it feels more professional to have that structure and to have that scheduling to where if someone wants to come for just Minecraft, they know when to come.
They know when. Yeah.
If someone wants to come just for Vintage Story, they know when it is. If someone wants to come just for Dark Souls, they know when it is. If someone wants to come for just my fucking crazy bullshit, I don't know why, but I'm here. And they can just come whatever days.
Fair.
It's not like what it was before, where I was just whenever and whatever.
Yeah.
Because that was like back when I first started, and it was just chaos. Just absolute chaos.
That's fair. I like to, like, at this point, like, I tend to get burnt out on stuff, so I try not to, like, commit to, like, a giant thing to be like, I'm gonna do this one thing every specific Tuesday or whatever.
I get that.
But, like, I also want to, because, like, the consistency helps, then people have at least a better idea of what to expect, because, like, half the time I'm just like, you know what, I feel like playing this today, so we're just gonna do it.
Well, that's
and most people that watch me are cool with it, but like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, well, that's part of what I was thinking of with making my schedule is like, okay, I don't want to get burnt out on any one thing, so let's spread them out. So it's like, okay, I have my roots in Minecraft. I feel like I should be doing a little more Minecraft than other things, but I do want to do other things. So I do want to do the SMP thing. So one day it's going to be Junicraft. Especially since at this point I was still under the impression that 1.20 would be out by the time that I got on my new house, and we would be on a new season. Oh, damn. I'm gassy from the pasta. Sorry.
You're good.
And
I feel
so
like the new season is gonna is gonna help out because it's gonna be like a
It
whole
will.
new thing, and I'll have something to. Because like this is great. What we've got here is great,
Yeah.
right? But I'm also like, I came in so late. I'm just like, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, I get it. It's like everything is sort of established and you're trying to find a place in an already like built up
Yeah.
world as opposed to
Yeah.
like finding a niche when everyone else is trying to.
And it's like it's a great world. Like it's been really
It
cool
is.
looking
It's
around
very
it and
cool.
stuff. But like, I'm just like everybody's got like all this really cool shit, and I just have a big empty box.
No, I get it. And you can still do something with that empty box too.
I can. I just don't know what I want to do with it. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
fair. So like what I was thinking with my schedule is like, okay, one day settled for Junicraft, but I also want to do something else Minecraft. So what if I do a challenge? Well, I could do, or no, I thought modded first. I was like, yeah, but just regular modded, it's like, it's not very different from just doing an SMP, is to just do like a random modded survival thing. So I figured, hey, Skyblock, because I was already looking into like 1.18 Skyblock mod packs and whatnot. So I was like, okay, one day will be modded Skyblock, one day will be Junicraft. And I was also playing a lot of Vintage Story because of Doodle and Rune. And I was like, okay, I want to do a day for this, but I don't know how long I'm going to be playing it. So let's make it just like survival games. So like if people don't take kindly to Vintage Story or I get burnt out on it or something, I can switch to something else like Valheim.
that's fair.
And so that was the Survivalist Chronicles. And it's like, well, I know I want to play some Souls stuff because I love the Dark Souls games. I want to do a run through of every Souls game that I can currently do. So that was Souls Day. It's just like we're starting from Dark Souls 1, going through 2, 3, Elden Ring, all that good stuff. It's like, okay, well, I don't want everything to be structured. I want a day where I can just play whatever the hell I want. And so that became the variety day on Saturdays.
That's
When
fair.
it's most likely that people will come and just randomly see. And it's like, okay, I don't have to adhere to a schedule. I don't have to adhere to any particular like game I have to play. I can play whatever I want. I don't have to feel that burnout on that day. And so people coming in, they sort of see like me at my best, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's like the have fun on the weekend day.
Yeah. And like Junicraft on Wednesday, I actually did some research into it. Wednesday is apparently the most prolific day for Minecraft streams. Ow, fuck. And so I was like, okay, well, I know I'm gonna want to put one on Wednesday. And just between like the modded Skyblock and Junicraft, well, I know that Junicraft will be a thing for much longer than the modded.
Right.
So I'll put Junicraft on Wednesday. But I want to just not do I want to not do Minecraft just 2 days in a row. God, I can't hit this one for some reason. So it's like, okay,
There you go.
yeah, finally got it. So it's like, okay, I'll do the modded stuff on Monday because I was already thinking of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So that way
Gotcha.
I'd have Friday after Tori got home from work to spend with her, and I'd have Sunday to spend with her, and like Saturday morning and afternoon. So it's like, okay, so then I guess I can do the Vintage Story stuff on Tuesday and Dark Souls stuff on Thursday. And I came up with just like little names for them, and it was sort of set.
Nice.
And so that's sort of how I structured my schedule. And you could definitely structure a schedule like that where you've got structure, but you've also got that freedom, and so you don't have to
Yeah.
burn yourself out, and you can space things out.
I definitely need to put more thought into it because I
put like a good few days thought of just
need
into
to-
my schedule.
So I'm like, I need to like, because I used to do it like since I used to try to like plan out at least a week ahead of time. So like
Yeah.
when I would post in my schedule channel, it'd be like, here's the schedule for the week. Like this is what I'm gonna do this week. These are the games I'm gonna play on these days. And then like I just sort of fell off that because of just everything happening. And then like I'm just
Understandable.
like, you know what? I'm just gonna try to stream on these days. I don't know what I'm gonna do on these days, but I'm gonna just try to get back into it and just be active on these days.
And I mean, streaming something is always better than streaming nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if that's what you got to do to keep streaming and just stream whatever, I say do it. Like as someone who's done it, just do it.
Yeah. And
Like you don't need that stream, but if you want that structure, that's a good way to go about it. Is to give yourself that wiggle room and make sure that you're not playing any one game for too long, without interruption. That way, you can sort of keep yourself from getting burnt out on any one thing too quickly. Because like I've done 2 streams so far of both the modded Skyblock, this, and Vintage Story, and tomorrow will be my second Souls stream. God,
Right.
I hope it goes better than the one before it did. That's a different thing, but
Yeah. that was
like
pretty
it was,
rough.
oh, it was painful. It was painful, but yeah, like I'm not feeling the burnout just yet, and I'm sure I will at some point. That I'll start feeling the burnout on some things, but I can
I mean,
always,
you haven't really been at it for that long in the grand
yeah,
scheme of
not
things.
too much, but I've also, like, if you remember back in the old days, other than UE, I only ever really did like up to 2 episodes of any one series, and that was the Automata pack, like
Right.
the Automata mod pack, and well, that and the Tales of the Peacekeepers. But
I remember those videos.
yeah, the fact that I can already do multiple things for 2 streams is a good sign that this is working.
Yeah.
That I don't feel burnt out on any one thing yet, because I've got a good rotation of things. That I sort of feel, it gives me sort of fresh eyes every time I come back to something. So like, if working in the mod pack, then it's like, okay, now I can go to Vintage Story and things are a little bit harder, but it's also just different and it's new and it's fresh. And we'll go into Junicraft, where I've got all of these gubbins and I can do things without having to farm up the resources and just like let my mind run free. And then we got Dark Souls. And then I break.
I mean, that's fair.
And I also take a rest on Friday. But no, Dark Souls, where you can just sort of let yourself be immersed by something very, very story driven, but also very different in how it's played.
Right.
And it's something that can sort of take me away from the whole block game, break things, craft things, make new things mindset.
Honestly, that's fair.
And
I want to
then,
do more
yeah,
like RPGs on mine. It takes me so long to get through them though because of all the reading, and I'm like,
I mean, that's fair.
it's like I read so damn slow, and I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, there's a reason for that, and it's like, not my fault or whatever, but like, I want to be able to play them at a pace that isn't gonna like,
Yeah, isn't
because
gonna
like
like destroy you.
people have left like my Pokemon playthrough because they're like, it's taking so long, and I'm like, I get it, I don't blame you for it, but I'm like, I don't know how to do it faster. Like, I don't know if there's a way for me to be able to actually do it faster, but still do it at a pace that's comfortable for me, you know?
Yeah, like
I don't know
a
how to
lot
do
of
it.
that stuff, it really comes down to uh if it's a game you're very comfortable with and you're not too interested in like the story, you can just sort of blitz through it if you already know where, like, for instance, Pokemon. Like, if you're not too bothered about the story and you know what, like, generally what moves your Pokemon have, you can pretty well blitz through it. I believe that you could do that.
Yeah,
But
like
you also want to
I
move at a
was
pace that it's like, yeah, I'm still engaging with the game. I'm still being entertaining. I'm still trying to bring people into it and not just like, hey, watch me fight Pokemon for 3 hours.
so my whole thing with the Pokemon series was I was reading all the cutscenes
Yeah.
because like I know the story extremely well, and I'm like I could get through this in probably like a week if I wasn't reading everything.
Yeah, but you want
But
to bring people into it.
it took me several months because I'm like, I know I have a lot of people watching me that are Pokemon fans, but I have some that aren't,
Yeah.
that have never really experienced it before. So I want to read it out because,
Yeah.
the people that haven't are completely blind, so they can't see the screen. So I'm like, well, I've got to say something. I've got to like engage with the story in some way.
Yeah, that's
So
what
I've
I'm
been reading
saying.
it out, you know. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to,
You're trying
you
to
know,
bring them into the game a little bit and sort of include them in it. And
yeah.
and in doing that, it does take a little bit of the pacing away because you gotta read it.
It comes at a cost,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So I'm like, I
and I
really wish
totally
there was
get
a
that.
way that I could do it a little bit more easily, but I'm like, I don't think that there is currently, and that
I get
sucks.
that.
But like,
You could
you know,
always look into uh maybe not particularly doing RPGs or things like Pokemon. You could always look into doing other games, see if like maybe there is a different genre or something that is more receptive to being played a little quicker even for you. Ah, Junie,
yeah, I
thanks for the
mean,
follow.
maybe.
Appreciate it.
Hey, um, because like I don't wanna like
We're just
not
sitting
do
down and chilling right now.
RPGs, but I missed out on so many as a kid. And I'm like, I want to be able to play these games, right? And I want to be able to share that experience.
Yeah, I
And
totally get
like,
that.
you know,
Well,
so
like
like
for
it comes at a cost, like, you know.
should have been following you a while ago. Well, I appreciate you being here now, Junie. Uh,
Hey.
but yeah, like for your case particular, like you stream 3 times a week,
Yeah,
so
roughly.
you could do like one. You could do like one as an RPG game of some sort and just like a recurring series. You could do one for Minecraft stuff, and then you could do one of like some other thing that's more receptive to like a quick gameplay loop. Maybe even like I don't know. I don't know
Like
if
I'll
there
sometimes
would.
do Mario Kart and stuff, and
Yeah, you
that
could do something like that. You could do
usually
like a
goes fairly well
roguelike.
because maybe. Because like
Like
Mario
I,
Kart tends to work because people can actually
yeah,
join in and hang out, and we just have a day of chaos or whatever.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Um,
something like that where it's more conducive to just like oh sorry. Where it's more conducive to just like hop in and play and
yeah,
not really worry about like all this other stuff that you gotta know or fill people in on to really get into the gritty and yeah,
yeah.
all that sort of stuff and
But
just like
see, like,
a chill sort of game.
the problem with dedicating just one day to the RPGs is because it'll take me that much longer to get through them, right?
Well, you
So I'm
could
like,
always try.
I feel like I have to do them more often, and
Well,
it's
you
like I want to do them. I just,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you could always
feel
try
bad.
doing like an extra long stream on those days.
See, I can't though because it's like the reading is just so much, and then my eyes like
I
will
see. I
literally
see.
hurt a lot, and I'm just like, I would love to. I would absolutely love to do that, but I just physically can't.
Junie says I haven't streamed in a while. It's a struggle for real planning it all. I do miss it
That's
though.
fair.
It really can be a struggle, very much so. Like we're
This is why I don't. I should, but I don't, and that's
well,
why.
it's also the factor of like you don't have to plan every stream. Like you could have
Yeah.
just one stream where it's like, okay, like on this day it's planned to do RPG stuff, and then on this day we might or we might not, and on this day we might or might not.
Yeah. I'll also keep getting suggestions for games that I like physically can't play or don't know I can play. Hi, B.
he's just he's just bumbling right around.
Just what's
He's
up,
a
B?
friend.
Okay.
He lost. He lost. Poor boy.
And like I don't I hate having to like constantly vet games to make sure that I can just be
I
a
get
part
that.
of it. It's
Happy.
so frustrating. Like I I, j- I would love for that day where like I could just pick something up and just be like, yeah, I'll join in on
Yeah,
your
it's like
game night
I will
or
play this
whatever.
game.
Yeah, because there's like so many times where I have to like either decline or whatever because I just can't. And I'm like, sucks. I wanted to hang with
Yeah.
y'all today.
And I figure that's probably a lot of why D&D is good for you because it is very much like a game of like, yeah, I can just hop in.
Yeah. My Thursday group uses Roll20, which is
Oh, nice.
kind of frustrating sometimes, but they've been really cool about it, so I can still join in.
I have always I've tried so hard. I've tried Roll20, I've tried Fantasy Grounds, I've tried Foundry VTT, I've tried so many things trying to get a campaign done, and none of them I can't figure out any of them for the life of me. I can't even figure out Tailspire. I backed
I'm so glad I'm
Tailspire
not the
in the
only one.
Kickstarter. I
I'm
cannot
so
figure that
glad
out
I'm not the only
for the
one.
life of me. That is why everything I run is just like a roll table on, yeah, it's theater of the mind basically. And like I'll make a map and I will move things around on like GIMP. I will like have different tokens on different layers and I'll move them around if I have to. And I'll have people like have characters in like D&D Beyond or whatever. Like I'll get to that in a second, but I'll have them do like characters on D&D Beyond or whatever, and just like have a roll table or something in a Discord. But honestly, if I were to do a tabletop thing again, I wouldn't do 5th edition after the whole OGL thing. I would probably do a Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign, which is a little more in depth.
See, that's fair. I feel like I'm stuck on 5th edition right now because, like, one, that's what everybody I play with still plays.
Yeah.
And two, like, D&D Beyond is like the most accessible thing right now.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck.
So what it is
which is annoying.
I found an online resource that lets you like create a Pathfinder 2nd edition character kind of like you can on D&D Beyond, like a little like it. It's a little more janky. But honestly, even
I mean,
God forbid I were
still pretty janky.
It is pretty janky, even though Wizards of the Coast owns it now, so it doesn't have any right to be janky. But the factor of
I'm honestly really worried about the future of it though, because
I am too.
Just everything that they're trying to do, I'm like,
I am too.
Disabled people are 100% going to be the first casualties of that.
I put probably about $250 worth into D&D Beyond for like source books and everything, and that's kind of going to waste now. Especially now that like I not only don't have an online group anymore. I don't have an in-person group anymore. I play no D&D and it makes me sad because like the only chance that I'll really have to play D&D is to be a DM again, and I do not have the time or patience to be a DM again. Like I'm not. I like putting a lot into being a DM, and the problem with that is that it takes a lot to put a lot in, and I don't always have that lot.
Been able to make it work. I've had like so many ideas for campaigns I want to do, but I'm like, I don't have like the means to be able to do it. Like I'm just like all the organization and all the stuff that I have to do all at once. I'm like, that's gonna be like next to impossible with the way my setup works, and I'm just like, I can't. I don't.
Junie says, "Yo, I have a friend group that do Dungeons and Dragons in Discord." Yeah, there's a lot of D&D groups on Discord nowadays.
Yeah.
Critical Role made it cool again, and no one can tell me that it was anything else. Critical Role did it, and I thank them. Good on you, Matt Mercer.
I'm still really glad that I was able to like play it in the first place.
Yeah.
In the first place, I still remember that one live stream we did. That first.
Oh game. Yeah. Are you talking about the one? Are you talking about the one with you, Ryan, and Tech, or are you talking about the one with you, Adrian, Tekkit, and Kento?
Yeah, that first one, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, the like Dungeons and Empires episode 0 thing?
Yeah, like that. I think that...
Yeah, for like the Extra Life.
Was that one for Extra?
I think it was Extra Life. I think it was Extra Life because we did it specifically on one of the 24-hour live streams, and it was like, yeah.
No, like because the first one I was a part of was part of a 12-hour stream, and that was on YouTube and stuff back.
Well,
in the day.
I think it was originally supposed to be on one of the 24-hour live streams, but they like cut it up into 12-hour or something. Junie says, I don't play with them because I'm usually working or something, but they do it pretty often and have one-shot sessions as well. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, if you have the time.
Sometimes does one-shots.
Yeah, one-shots are real cool. Like, one-shots are good for, like, different character ideas and, like, little things that aren't quite fleshed out. But, yeah, it is real fun. It's real fun. Do we recommend?
The last time we did a one-shot was, like, Christmas time. It was a good time.
Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll be able to get back into D&D or something. Maybe I'll DM a campaign. Maybe I'll fucking find a Pathfinder group or something like that. I can send you an invite to the server. It's one of my OG gaming group friends. I'll pass for right now. just because I don't really know when my schedule will clear up enough for it. Especially considering like any time that I'm not spending on stream stuff, I'm spending trying to make money, basically. So I'm kind of in a similar boat as you. Yeah. If I was making a good amount from streaming, I would probably take you up on it. But yeah, I feel that. Yeah, it is a little fucked, but you know, it is what it is. Big mood, big mood.
I mean, if you're ever in a position where you're like, I can totally do it, then you know, I can definitely get you in.
I appreciate it. It is about 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off the stream here. So let me.
I'm sorry, we just ended up standing here forever.
No, it's all good. I would have ended the stream early if we hadn't, because I try to go anywhere from like 6:30 to like 9:30 or 10 o'clock, like 9:30 at the very earliest. But if I go till 10, it's a good day. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna put it to the intermission. And I'm going to mute myself on the call and do my little sign-off thing. Alright, so I will be back in a moment. Alrighty, everyone. So, thank you all for joining us on this stream. It was nice to have many in there for a while. We got some good stuff done. We got the awnings done on the different levels, and we got ourselves a sugarcane farm built on the server. We are making things happen. We are filling out that island a little bit, and I am glad for it, because it has stayed pretty well empty for quite some time. I want to give a quick shout out to Junie for being in the chat herself. It's nice to have you here. She is the owner of the server, so that's nice. So thank you everyone for watching. If you are on the Twitch and in the Twitch chat, hey, I've got the VODs up on YouTube. They're in the cards below. And so if you ever want to catch up on the other stuff that we've done, either on the Junicraft server or in our other streams, you can check it right there. It all goes up 24 hours after the stream goes live. If you are on the YouTube, hey, you'll find in the Twitch, you can be part of the Twitch madness. Have a good night. You too, Jenny. You can be part of the Twitch madness if you just come on in here. And we stream Monday through Thursday and Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's all good. If you ever forget that for whatever reason, I don't know why you would, you can go ahead and check out the Twitter at KXDJFoo, and that is where you'll find the who, when, where, why, and how of every fucking stream I do. I always post it on there, and I always post it in various Discords, but we don't have a Discord yet because there aren't enough of us. One day, our army will be strong and large, and we shall take over the world. Together, we can do it. I believe in us. So, if you want to support the stream, feel free to follow and talk in the chat if you are so inclined, as well as share it with your friends, because that always helps. I am currently trying to reach the affiliate, so friendship is the real magic in this one. I hate myself for saying that, but I said it, and it's going to stay there. If you really, really want to help, I do have a little tip jar right below. You can click on the little card that says tip jar, and you can float a little couple bucks my way. It only goes down to $1, I'm afraid, so you can't donate 69 cents to me, no matter how nice it is. Thank you to everyone who has been in the stream chat today. Thank you to Minnie and to my lovely fiance. And I am going to log off the server while I'm thinking of it. Thank you to Minnie and my lovely fiance and Junie for all being in the chat today. Thank you to you out there who was not in the chat but was still around. I see you there and I appreciate you, every last one. This place is for chilling and vibing, and you have chilled and vibed with me, and thus to our friend. Tomorrow we are going to be going live with Souls, Dark Souls, Souls Day. We're going to be doing more Dark Souls Remastered, and hopefully, we're going to beat those fucking bell gargoyles. That will be 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you all there, and thank you for joining us on this stream, and I will see you in the next one.